Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vinyasa Flow Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. Grab a couple of yoga blocks. You may want to use them, as well as a strap and perhaps a blanket. We can start sitting on that if that's comfortable for you. Here's a brief quote by mindfulness teacher Jack Kornfield. He says, "Though it sounds simple, letting go is an advanced practice. It is demanded in the greatest trials of our lives and in our final moments. It is here that the heart learns the secret, that to let go is also to embrace what is true." What is true? So you might place a hand at your heart center, a hand at your navel, or wherever helps you to connect outer being with your inner being. Let your body become still as you root down into the surface below. Feel the rise up of energy through the spine as you open your heart space and let the shoulders relax. What are you carrying in your body at this moment, through whatever sensations are speaking to you? What's present in your energetic state of being? Feeling into your heart and your mind. What's there now? So let go is such a common mantra. But what does it mean for you? Let go of narratives that cause false perception. Let go of needing to be right. Let go of the need for a definitive answer. Let go of having to control the outcome. Let go of old beliefs, old patterns that we realize no longer serve a purpose for our well-being. Let go of held patterns in the body, ways that we've reacted to external stimuli that turn into physical knots and tensions or blocked energy centers. How do you translate the words let go? And as Jack Kornfield says, it's an advanced practice. It requires a lot of self-knowledge through that yogic practice of svadhyaya, self-study, in the second limb of 8 limbs of yoga, as well as courage. It takes courage to step out of our momentum and our daily grind and our usual ways of speaking and seeing, to really embrace the truth, our truths, universal truths. So let's begin by addressing our bodies, one doorway to our innermost layers of being. So allow a moment here. To whom might you dedicate your practice to? One way of practicing letting go of controlling the outcome, offering it up. And to help in the practice of letting go, I also invite you to call to mind some greater intention or a universal force or a deity of your choosing, if you choose, that you feel devotion for, that reminds you of the bigger picture of your role here on this planet. In another second limb of yoga practice called Ishvara Pranidhana, which is surrendering to the divine, however you choose to define the divine. And with that, let's open space chanting 3 ohms to create resonance. Empty this breath. Take a deep, fresh inhale. And now let's start to deepen the breath in through the nose. And if you can, out through the nose while softly narrowing the back of your throat, beginning the practice of Ujjayi Pranayama, or victorious breathing. So let your mind steady on that gentle rhythm you're creating through the sound of your breath. And see if you can keep that rhythm going as evenly and calmly as you can throughout most of this hour of our Vinyasa flow. And with that, let's come down onto our backs. We did have a request today for hip openers, heart openers for the shoulders, and spinal twists. So let's begin lying down, bending your knees into your chest. And as you draw your bent knees together, taking hold of them, ground your shoulders, ground your tailbone, and then inhale, circle your thighs slowly apart. Exhale, circle them together. So mini Vinyasa flow here, inhaling apart, exhaling together. And just like that, change it up and go in the opposite direction or take the knees in the same direction. About 5 to 10 more cycles of breath here, gently warming up our hip sockets, massaging our glutes and our sacrum, our lower back, and connecting movement to breath. Remember that this is your practice and you get to decide how you listen to your body and take care of yourself. When it's time for you to rest, slowing it down or taking a less intense variation of a pose, or being still and allowing moments to rest, letting go of expectation. Then from here, set your left foot on the ground, bring your right arm to the inside of your right thigh, and take your right leg just by itself into happy baby pose. So using the right hand to catch hold of your outer right calf, ankle, or foot. Lift the sole of your right foot towards the sky and bend your right knee to the outside of your right shoulder, drawing it towards the ground. And if available, straighten your left leg onto the ground and flex your left foot as you press your left hand on the very top of your left thigh, grounding the back of your left hip. Feel the sides of your neck lengthen here as you walk your 2 shoulder blades down your back. About 3 more breaths in this basically supine version of lizard lunge. Gently opening across your lower back and into your hamstring and hip. Now let's bend the right knee into the chest and slide your pelvis another 3 to 4 inches towards the right edge of your mat, preparing for a supine twist. Slide your right arm wide out to the right, rounding that shoulder. You might look past it to stretch your neck. Slowly twist to your left side, crossing your right thigh over your body for a few breaths. And if your lower back needs to feel a little more release, you could use your left hand on your right outer hip to gently press away your right outer hip. And let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And then rolling onto center, onto your back. Let's step the right foot on the ground, bend your left knee, and bring your left arm to the inner side of that thigh to come into half of happy baby pose with the left leg. Now you could place your right palm on the top of your right thigh, and if available, straighten your right leg to the floor, flexing your right foot. So as we take a few deep breaths here, draw your left knee towards the ground outside of your left shoulder while keeping the sole of your left foot facing the ceiling. Notice what shows up in your body as we take a pose in one side, the left or the right, and then the other. Notice what patterns surface as we cultivate self-awareness through the physical practice. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then bend your left knee into your chest, scoot your pelvis another 3 to 4 inches towards the left edge of your mat. Open your left arm wide, ground the shoulder, maybe look past it, and slowly twist to your right side. If your lower back is needing a bit more release, you can place your right palm onto your left outer hip and gently press it towards your right foot. Deep inhale. Slow releasing exhale. About 3 more breaths here. And coming back to center, let's take the full happy baby pose, bending both knees to the outsides of your shoulders, splaying your feet apart as they face the sky, and grounding your tailbone and shoulders, maybe rocking side to side if you like. As you draw your bent knees towards the earth, parallel your feet towards each other. 2 more deep breaths. And then draw your bent knees together into your chest and either rock side to side or forward and back a few times. Build some momentum so that in your own way, you can eventually rise up, crawl onto hands and knees, all fours, and begin a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling as you glide your chest through your upper arms and roll your shoulders down, looking up. Exhaling as you contract your belly, bowing your head and rounding your back. Several more cycles of Vinyasa, cat-cow. And feel free to explore here if you want to move laterally and shimmy the hips left and right, turn the head side to side. Let's take another 5 breaths. Add your movements. Help to awaken energy in your body as it is right now. Couple more breaths. Let's meet in downward facing dog. You can take the first few breaths there, dancing your downward dog, moving as you choose to warm up. Like pedaling your feet in place while doing a bit of a twist, letting the hips shimmy side to side. Maybe softly shaking your head, loosening up your neck, or fluttering your lips. Is there any tensing in the muscles of social interaction along your jaw, neck, and shoulders? Where could you let go here? Maybe through sound. And then start to become still. A few breaths in downward dog as you parallel your feet hips distance. Steady your gaze on the ground towards your feet. Spread your fingers wide as your hands are shoulders distance. And wrap your triceps towards the earth as you lift your hips and shoulders up and back. 2 more breaths. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot slowly to the outside of your right hand, coming into lizard lunge with back knee on the ground or lifted, your choice. You could also have your hands on blocks. As you inhale, lift your chest through your upper arms and scissor your right outer hip back in your lunge. As you exhale, come into pyramid pose by straightening your front leg while reaching your sternum forward as you bow inside of that leg. Let's go for 4 more breaths. Inhale, back to lizard lunge. Exhale, straightening pyramid pose. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lunge, and step back to plank, top of a push-up. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. You could have your legs straight or your knees on the ground. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists and press the ground away. Lift the navel towards your spine and lengthen the center line of your body horizontal to the floor. As you exhale, glide forward, graze your elbows back towards your side ribs, passing through Chaturanga Dandasana, come all the way down. Press every toenail into the ground and reach your hands behind your lower back to clasp, or grab a strap to hold between. Let's move in and out of bound locust pose, 1 breath each. Keep the tops of your feet rooted to the floor the entire time. Inhale, peel your chest open, roll your shoulders down your back and look forward. Exhale, gently lower. Twice more. Inhale, coil the chest off the floor. Keep your legs rooted. Exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale, lift. This time, stay lifted. Place your hands alongside your floating ribs and continue for 3 more breaths in cobra or upward facing dog. Legs strong here. Actively stretch your big toes towards the rear of your mat. When you're ready, exhale, draw your belly in and lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, step the left foot gently to the outside of your left hand. Lower the back knee or keep it lifted, both hands on the inside of the left leg, on blocks or the floor, lizard lunge. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward here. Exhale as you scissor your left hip back, straighten your front leg into pyramid pose, bowing inside of the leg. Back and forth to the breath. Inhale, lizard lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Last 3, inhale, lizard lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, lizard lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lizard lunge. And exhale, pyramid pose. Come back to lizard lunge, and please step back to plank. Another 5 breaths. Lengthen the top of your head and your sternum towards your front wall. If your legs are straight, actively press your inner heels towards your back wall. Root down to lift away from the ground, draw the belly in, and take all this energy with you as you exhale to glide forward through Chaturanga into your Vinyasa of choice, Cobra or Upward Dog. One inhale. Exhale, lift through the navel, Downward Facing Dog. Let's take 3 slow breaths here. We're going to start a variation of sun salutations. Bending your knees. Inhale, look past your hands. After you exhale, holding your breath, walk or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Heel toe your feet apart, wider than hips distance. Turn out your legs from your hips and find your variation of a squat. Now, if you want to stay up high, you could step the feet even wider than your mat width. Otherwise, you might hover your pelvis off the floor. Use your arms or hands to splay your inner thighs apart. Ground through your feet, lengthen the tailbone towards the earth, and lift up to your heart and crown. Softening your shoulders behind your ears and down. Let's take 3 breaths. Press down to your feet. Take a breath in. Exhale, rise up to stand. Parallel your feet the same distance apart. From here, a wide mountain pose. Let's begin slowly in our flow sequence. Inhale, raise your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, flip them inside out. Exhale to your right, side bend. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale to your left, side bend. Inhale, rise to center. Join your hands at your heart, and exhale, turn out your legs, entering your squat. In your squat, inhale, lift the spine tall, ground to your feet. Exhale, backstroke your right arm. Look behind you for a twist. Inhale, join your hands at your heart. Come back to center in your squat. Exhale, backstroke your left arm. Look behind you and twist. Inhale, come back to center. Hands together in your squat. This time, exhale, hands to the floor ahead of you or in blocks, and parallel your feet as you fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway out, up. Look forward. Exhale, step or float into Chaturanga. Take your version of your Vinyasa. Cobra or Upward Dog or Cat-Cow. When you arrive at Downward Facing Dog, inhale, sweep your right leg behind you. Exhale, cross your right knee to tap left elbow. Come forward to plank in a twist. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, tap your right elbow. Come forward to plank. Inhale, raise the right leg behind you. Stay here, and exhale, bend your right knee. Turn the thigh open at the hip. Stay here. Inhale, tack your left outer hip back. Exhale, contract your belly, bending right knee towards nose. Step your right foot right between your hands for Warrior Two. Spinning the back heel down, heel to arch. Inhale, cartwheel your arms to rise up into Warrior Two. Exhale, flip the right palm to face up and sweep it overhead towards your rear wall, Peaceful Warrior. Inhale, rise again to Warrior Two. Exhale, straighten the right leg and enter Triangle Pose. Stay in triangle. Inhale, sweep the left arm overhead for lateral extension. Exhale, step into plank and lower into your Vinyasa. Get all the way through on your own to Downward Facing Dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, cross the knee to tap your right elbow in a twist in plank. Inhale, raise the left leg again. Exhale, tap left knee to left elbow in plank. Inhale, raise the left leg, stay here. Exhale, bend the left knee, turn the thigh open at the hip. Stay here. Inhale, tack the right outer hip back. Exhale, rounding through plank, bend knee to nose, step the foot right between your hands for warrior two. Then the back heel down, align heel to arch. Inhale, cartwheel your arms to warrior two. Exhale, peaceful warrior, flip the left palm up and sweep it towards your back wall into a side bend. Inhale, return to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg, reach the left hand forward and down to triangle pose. Stay in triangle. Inhale, sweep the right arm towards your front wall. Extended triangle. Exhale from plank pose, take your version of your vinyasa. Let's meet in downward facing dog for a few breaths. Remember, rest is available anytime you need to take it. Let's take 3 to 5 breaths. Redefine your metronome. You can hear in your breath rhythm. And more so than my voice, see if you can follow that as much as possible as you link your movement to your breath. Now we've just done the sequence. We'll wrap it up and we'll take it a couple more times. What does it mean to let go in this vinyasa flow for you? Bend your knees, look ahead of your hand. Empty your breath first, then walk or flow. Feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet apart for your squat. Turn out your legs. Inhale, sink your hips. Join your hands at your heart in your version of your squat. Exhale, press the feet down, rise up. Parallel your feet this wide apart, mountain pose. From the top, inhale, raise your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms inside out. Exhale to the right again, side bend. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale to the left, side bend. Inhale, rise to center. Turn out your legs. Exhale, sink your pelvis into your version of a squat. Inhale through center in a squat, lifting your spine. Exhale, backstroke the right arm and twist to the right. Inhale, center in your squat. Exhale, backstroke the left arm and twist to your left. Inhale, center in your squat. Exhale the hands forward on the floor blocks. Parallel your feet as you fold. Inhale, press your legs to the floor, rise forward halfway. Step or float, insert your vinyasa here. Cobra, up dog, cat, cow. When you arrive at your downward dog, inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, cross the knee to your left elbow or tricep in plank pose. Inhale, raise your right leg again. Exhale, tap your knee to your right elbow or tricep in plank pose. To your breath, inhale, raise your right leg, but stay here this time. And exhale, bend your right knee and turn your thigh open at the hip. Again, stay here. Inhale, tack your left outer hip back. Exhale, round through plank, bending knee to nose. Step the foot right between your hands. Spin the back heel down, heel to arch. Inhale, cartwheel your arms to warrior two. Exhale, sweep the right arm towards the back wall in peaceful warrior. Inhale, return to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Reach the right hand forward and down to triangle pose. Stay in triangle. Inhale, sweep your left arm overhead, extended triangle. Exhale through plank, entering your vinyasa. I'll meet you in downward dog. When you arrive, inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, cross your knee to tap your right elbow or tricep in plank. Inhale, raise your left leg again. Exhale, tap your left elbow or tricep in plank. Inhale, raise your left leg. This time, stay here. And exhale, bend the left knee, turn the thigh open at the hip. Inhale, tack your right outer hip back. And exhale, rounding through plank, knee to nose, step the foot through between your hands. Heel to arch. Inhale, windmill your arms to warrior two. Exhale, flip the left palm towards the rear wall in peaceful warrior. Inhale, rise again to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg, reach forward and down for triangle pose. Stay in triangle. Inhale, sweep your right arm overhead, extended triangle. Exhale to the ground, flowing into your version of your vinyasa. Three to 5 breaths in downward facing dog or child's pose if you choose it. Being still, steady your gaze. There's a sense of liberation in letting go. And when the first steps of letting go can be difficult, stepping out of our comfort zone or our usual patterns. It's interesting how excuses can be difficult to let go of, even when they don't actually exist anymore. Let's bend the knees, look forward, empty your breath, then walk or float, feet together at the top. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step or float your feet wider than hips width to prepare for your squat. And then turn out your legs. Inhale into your squat. Press down to your feet. Loop to rise. Exhale to mountain pose. Parallel your feet here. One more round of this flow. Inhale, circle your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, flip your palms inside out. Again to the right, exhale, side bend. Inhale up to center. To the left, exhale, side bend. Inhale up to center. Turn out your legs and join your hands at your heart. Exhale, sink your hips into your version of your squat. Inhale in your squat, elongate your spine. Exhale, backstroke the right arm and twist to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, backstroke your left arm and twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, parallel your feet, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest through your upper arms. Step or float, take your vinyasa here. Moving at your pace of deep conscious breaths. From downward dog, inhale, sweep your right leg behind you. Exhale, cross the knee to tap left elbow or tricep in plank. Inhale, sweep the right leg behind you. Exhale, tap right elbow or tricep in plank. Inhale again, sweep the right leg back, but keep it back. Exhale, bend the right knee and turn the thigh open at the hip. Inhale, tack your left outer hip back. Exhale, round through plank, knee to nose. Step the foot through between your hands. Heel to arch. Inhale, windmill your arms to warrior two. Exhale, sweep it back, peaceful warrior. Inhale, rise again to warrior two. Exhale, reach forward with straight legs, triangle pose. Stay in triangle. Inhale, sweep the left arm overhead, extended triangle. Exhale, ride the wave to your vinyasa. second side when you're ready to your breath. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, cross the knee to right elbow or tricep. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, tap left elbow or tricep. Inhale, back again, stay back. And exhale, bend your left knee, turn your thigh open at the hip. Inhale, tack your right outer hip back. Exhale, rounding forward, knee to nose, step the foot through, heel to arch. Inhale, cartwheel your arms to warrior two. Exhale, sweep it back, peaceful warrior. Inhale, rise again to warrior two. Exhale, straight legs, reach the left hand forward to triangle. Stay in triangle, inhale, sweep your right arm overhead. Exhale, ride the wave into your vinyasa flow. Three to 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Redefine that gentle yet audible rhythm. And when you're ready, bend your knees. Inhale, look forward. Bottom of the exhale with breath held out, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lift your heart through the gates of your arms. Exhale, fold. Step or float your feet apart. Turn out your legs into your squat. Inhale, hands together, your heart, spine tall. Root down as you exhale to rise. Let's step the feet together here as we prepare for balancing pose, hand to big toe pose. So today, sometimes using the strap can be a bit unsettling. I invite you, if you want to use a strap, of course, go ahead. But I invite you to either bend your knee and hold the knee bent, or use your right arm on the inner side of your right thigh, clasping the big toe, extending the leg just to the degree that your spine can stay vertical. So let's begin a mountain pose. Feet together on the floor, left hand to your left hip. Use your hips as a reference point. If one starts to tilt higher than the other, that already takes us off our center. So be very conscious of keeping your two hips leveled, and then stack your two shoulders leveled above your two hips. And that will help to align the spine and keep the center contained. So activate the center, draw the navel in and up, activate the legs, and then steady your eyes. Now soften something. It's easy to be so activated that it becomes rigid, but remember, in order to balance, we need some kind of fluidity, a sense of letting go. So from here, shift your weight onto your left foot as I mirror you. Either catch your right bent knee or catch the big toe with your peace fingers and begin to kick the leg away as you pull the big toe towards you. We're using counter forces here. And then spine staying upright, feel into your hips, level the hips, stack the two shoulders over the hips. Now rotate your right thigh at the hip to turn out the leg before you begin to open the leg and open the left arm, just to the degree that your two shoulders can stack above your two balanced hips. How's your breath? If you're itching for a little more challenge, you can look over your left thumb. Let's take 3 more breaths here in hand to big toe pose. Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana. First, if you're looking away, look forward again and slowly bring your right leg forward, your left arm to the sky. Standing tall here, take a deep breath. Exhale, set your right foot down. And just take a moment in mountain pose. Feel into whatever may have gotten stirred up or risen to the surface. All good information. Let's bring the right hand to the right hip. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Either catch your left bent knee or clasp your big toe and begin to extend the leg as you pull the big toe towards you. Feel into your hips, rebalance them. Feel into your shoulders, stack them over the hips, and begin to externally rotate your left thigh before you open the leg and your right arm. Finding just the degree that your spine can stay upright. How's your breath? It's funny, I find myself catching those more sustained, solid periods of balance in a balancing pose when I'm not so hooked on how far I need to go or giving myself so much pressure on how it needs to be. And there I see the value of that practice of letting go. Let's take 3 more breaths. If you're looking away, start by looking forward and then bring your left leg forward, right arm to the sky. Take 1 breath here. Exhale, step it down. And as you face the wide width of your mat, step or jump your feet very wide apart. And let's come into a wide-legged squat. Take a moment if you want to dance out your hips left and right. See that the center of your kneecaps point out in the same degree as the center toe. So you're rotating from the hip sockets, not from the knees, not from the ankles in isolation. And then from here, either place your hands onto your hips or hands to your heart. We're going to move into a half squat, also called Skandasana. So begin to shift towards your left leg, bending your left knee, curl up your right toes, straighten the right leg, and see how low your pelvis might sink, or it might not. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. You could also place your hands on blocks of the floor. Inhale. About 3 more breaths. You could also cross the left arm on the inside of the left leg. Sweep the right arm back and twist. Or maybe take a wrap if it's available. 2 more breaths. Now keeping both legs turned out, be mindful of your knees. Let's start to bend both knees and come back to that center wide-legged squat, also called goddess pose. Take a few breaths here. Slightly lift your frontal hip bones, that feeling of containing your center. And as you're ready, shift your weight onto your right foot, bend your right knee, curl up your left toes, activate the quadricep to help you balance, and begin to sink your hips to whatever degree available. Maybe you place your hands on blocks. Maybe you cross the right arm on the inside of the right thigh and sweep the left arm up into a twist. Maybe you take a wrap. We're here for about 3 more breaths. Coming back through center 1 more time in that goddess pose. Both legs turned out. Bend your elbows, turn the palms up. Maybe bring the thumb and index fingers to touch in Jnana Mudra. 3 deep breaths. Realign your mind to the intention you set for this practice. Straightening your legs, parallel your feet, and step or jump your feet together to touch. Come up to the top of the mat. 1 Surya Namaskar A. I'll meet you in downward dog. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise halfway, step or float to Chaturanga. Cobra or upward. And downward facing dog. Keeping your hips leveled, inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot lightly beside your right thumb so your feet are hips width apart. Stay on the ball of your back foot and rise up to crescent lunge. Now you could bend your back knee. You could also lower your back knee for added support. Feel that your right hip slightly draws back as the left hip comes forward, allowing your two frontal hip bones to face the front of your mat evenly. Then slightly lift your frontal hip bones. Again, that idea of containing your center. Keep the front knee bent right over the heel as we prepare for a spinal twist. You might use your right thumb here to hook the right outer hip crease down as you stretch your spine down the center line of your mat, breathing in. Exhale, use your obliques to twist to the right, either lower left hand on a block or the floor inside of the front leg, right arm up high, or hook the left elbow outside of your right thigh. Hands in prayer or arms apart. Or if your shoulders are feeling pretty mobile right now, perhaps entering a wrap. The wrap can be entered by using your right hand to press your left forearm down underneath your right thigh. Then wrapping the right arm behind you, seeing if possible, your hands meet to clasp. Then re-lengthen your spine as you press your inner left heel towards the back wall. Exhale, hollow your belly, keep twisting. 4 more breaths. Take a look at the ground in front of your right foot. Plant your hands to frame your right foot and step your left foot 1 foot forward. Spin the heel down, legs straight. Inhale, rise halfway up for pyramid pose. Exhale, fold. 5 breaths. So we practice pyramid pose in the very beginning flow. If you feel pretty open in the back of your right leg right now, you could lift the ball of your right foot flexed. Keep the heel still, but bring the energy of dragging it back towards the rear of your mat. One more deep breath in Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. And for the sake of time, let's step back to downward facing dog to prepare for side 2. Take a deep breath in, open your mouth, let any sound go. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, step the foot beside your left thumb. Come into a high lunge. Then inhale, rise to crescent pose. Take a moment to align your hips, squaring to face the front. Frontal hip bones slightly lifting, containing your center. Then use your left thumb, hook the crease of your left outer hip down as you breathe in to stretch your spine forward. Exhale, twist to your left in the same variation of the pose as you did on the first side. If you're moving towards a wrap or want to explore it, use your left hand and press your right forearm underneath your left thigh. Then wrap the left arm behind you and see if your hands might meet to clasp. Inhale, lengthen through the center line of your spine. Exhale, continue to twist. 4 more breaths. Inhale, look at your left foot. Exhale, frame it with your 2 hands. Step the right foot 1 foot forward, spinning the heel down with legs straight. Pyramid pose, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold in, 5 breaths. If you want a bit more sensation for your hamstring here, lift the ball of your left foot flexed. Keep the heel right where it is, but bring the energy as if you're dragging the heel towards the rear of your mat. And this time, let's step into plank pose. From plank, take a few cycles of breaths, a slow motion through chaturanga. Perhaps even pause in chaturanga before you land all the way down. Preparing for bow pose. 2 rounds. Bend your knees, catch your outer or inner feet. Kick your legs back as you pull your feet towards you. Keeping your knees no wider than hips distance. coil your chest up and lengthen the back of your neck. 5 to 8 breaths. Once you're done on this first of 2 rounds, let it all go and take 3 deep breaths into your belly, out to your mouth. Last one. One variation you might try is to roll all the way over onto one side, one hip as you're in bow, and then all the way over to the other. Take your choice, 5 to 10 breaths. Last, Dhanurasana bow pose. And when you're done, you might want to windshield wiper your shins as you take another 3 deep breaths into your abdomen and sigh them out to your mouth. Whew. And let's slowly press up to sitting. Now, as you come to sit, have your feet in front of you, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, wider than hips width. Drop both of your knees to your left side, as I'm mirroring you here, and let your left heel touch just above your right kneecap onto your right thigh. Then as you place your left hand just to the left side of your left hip on the ground, raise your right arm up, sit as tall as you can as you breathe in. Exhale, twist to your left, and then lower the back of your left hand against your left thigh. Back of your right hand, excuse me. Back of your right hand against your left thigh. And maybe look over your left shoulder. Breathe in, stretch through the spine. Breathe out, continue to twist. Take one more breath in here. And as you exhale, come back to center, stepping your 2 feet on the ground, knees bent up. Feet are wider than hips width. Drop your knees both to the right side. Place your right heel just above your left knee so it's touching your thigh. Right hand is on the floor, just to the right of your right hip. Left arm to the sky, breathe in. Sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your right and press the back of your left hand onto your right thigh. Inhale, lift through the spine, draw the shoulders down your back. Exhale, maybe keep twisting, maybe look over your right shoulder. A few more breaths. One more breath in, and as you exhale, unwind. Let's extend the left leg forward, and right here we'll come into Gomukhasana, crossing the left thigh over the right as much as you can, perhaps also bending the left knee and splaying the feet wider apart. It can be helpful to sit up on a folded blanket if you're feeling unleveled. And let's take the arms into Garudasana, Eagle. Start by bending your elbows apart, then cross your left elbow over the right. Either hook your thumbs or wrap your forearms and palms while pressing your shoulder blades down your back. Sit up tall and press your forearms gently away from your face. Breathing in as you lengthen your spine, and breathing out, you might fold forward from your hips. Child, One more breath here. Lead with your chest. Inhale to slowly rise. Uncross your arms and legs, maybe shake things out. And then let's take the left thigh, cross it over the right. You can keep the bottom leg straight or bend both knees, splay the feet wider apart. Bend your elbows apart and cross your right elbow over the left. Hook your thumbs or wrap your forearms in palms. As you send the shoulders down, lift through your crown, press the forearms gently away from your face. And breath by breath, you might ease into a forward fold. One more breath here. And on an inhale, slowly rise. One last time, give yourself a shake, a liberating shake. Maybe add some sound to that shake. And then from here, let's set up for a cooling inversion of your choice. You might grab a block and place it under your sacrum, lifting your legs up. You might practice shoulder stand if you have no neck injuries and can practice it safely. About 5 to 10 breaths. Perhaps plow pose. And as you're winding out of your cooling inversion, take any last gentle movement or stretch, maybe fish pose. Maybe some lion's breaths to cool and clear. Perhaps one more happy baby. And then gather whatever props might be useful to settle your body into a comfortable corpse pose. And once there, close your eyes. Feel your breath flow in its natural pace, no longer controlling it. Feel your 2 feet completely relax as you soften your thighs, your glutes, your belly. Notice the muscles in your face, like your jaw, completely unwind. Consciously unclench any areas of pattern tension. And let's be still and present. Shavasana. eyes closed, begin to deepen your breath. And start to move your fingers and toes, gently stretching your body and slowly waking it up. Perhaps turn over to your right side and allow a few breaths there to pause. And as you're ready, pressing into the ground, slowly find a comfortable seat of your choice as we sit for 5 minutes in meditation. Eyes closed, or steady a soft gaze on something ahead. As you sit grounded, feel your spine tall, your heart space open, placing your hands in your lap in a mudra of your choice. Today, simply evoking a sense of open, loving awareness. Whether you're drawn to steady your attention first on your breath, natural flow, or you're drawn to be open to hearing whatever sounds come and go near and far. Whatever you choose as your object of focus, use it to enter that state of open awareness. 5 minutes. Just bring the palms to meet at the heart center as you lift your heart and bow in, noticing the effects of your physical asana yoga practice, effects of your concentration and meditation practice on your body, energetic state, your mind, your emotions. So in what areas of your life could you make benefit of practicing the art of letting go? Let's close this practice with one chant of Om. Take a deep breath in. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.